But I'm not a poet or a creative writer in any means, so I'm going to tell you a story that happened to me, and in order to tell it, I have to rant at the person who is not here. And this is a stranger I let into my house, whose name is Socks. Socks, why did you just text me from the airport like you said you're going to do? Why did you show up at my house at 7 a.m.? and, ring the doorbell and wake me up? And Socks, when I buzzed you in, did you really need to yell, "Zach, are you up there?" at 7 in the morning. And already on my bad side, Socks, probably the best thing to do is not demand a cup of coffee once you come into my house. And it's not your fault that I smashed the glass in the kitchen, but it's kind of your fault because you rattled me. And I can't say that it started out normally by any means, because you were speaking in a fake Irish accent, and when we asked you about the accent, you said it was fake. You had real no explanation as to why you were speaking in the Irish accent, and 10 minutes later you were crying on the sofa. And I should mention that the Irish accent was fake because I knew you were from upstate New York, but living in Atlanta, Georgia. But that was the most normal part of the morning, because Socks, I don't understand why you waited for me to get up and leave the room, to get away from you for a moment, to turn to my girlfriend and say, "I'm worried what you humans are doing to the planet." To which she naturally responds, "What do you mean by you humans?" To which you respond, that you are a reincarnated Sumerian god. No, you're not, Socks. You're definitely not that. And Socks, I don't believe that anybody calls you Socks. Just because you wear two slightly different colored socks and are very excited about it. But I'm the one that calls you Socks because I could not remember how to pronounce your real name. So from now on, in my head, you are Socks. And Socks, why, oh why, did you not just wait 10 more seconds for me to put on my sneakers and walk out the door before you unleashed an otherworldly diarrhea fart in my bathroom while we were standing right outside the door? And Socks, if that wasn't bad enough, why, the next day, did you drop the Irish accent and start saying things to me like, "Bro," and "Dude"? Nothing rattled me more than that, Socks. And Socks, can you please explain what you mean when you got into my car with the pizza and pointed at the stereo and said, "Punk music"? To which I responded, "Well, rock music." To which you said, "I got stories." And when I asked, "Punk stories," you said, "Just stories?" What does that even mean, Socks? And Socks, I don't mean to call you a liar, but when you were in Brazil, I don't for a minute think that any woman was curious what you tasted like and came up and kissed you on the mouth. I've never been to Brazil. I just can't imagine that's how they operate. And Socks, you spent 2 days in Reykjavík. I know you were worried about dying on a glacier here in Iceland, but it's not going to happen, I promise you. And Socks, it must have rattled you so much dying on a glacier that you canceled the rest of your trip in Iceland. You're supposed to be here for a full week, and you went to Ireland instead to work on your fake accent. And Socks, I'm going to finish by telling everyone the review that you left me on couchsurfing.com. Zachary's a great guy. He was kind, fun, and easygoing. He once played a famous venue in Atlanta. I'd like to have time to read his recently published work, if only our time together was not so brief. I think he means my dissertation. Let me remind you, this is supposed to be, this guy's good, you can stay here sort of thing. On a semi-unrelated note, at least as it pertains to this reference, I frequently travel alone. But I have experienced trepidation and fear about icy roads and wind, glacier hikes, and finding accommodation in small towns on short notice. After speaking with others who've been here, I am led to believe that a trip to Iceland, especially in winter, should be planned carefully. I've asked some locals if I was right to have these concerns, and they validated. So a warning to first-time solo travelers to Iceland in the winter who travel in such a fashion: do not go solo. Never go solo. If you twist a knee, you're done. I think I shall cut my trip short here and try again on another occasion. Hope to see you again sometime, Zachary. Thanks for sharing with me what it's like living here. Thank you.